And in this video you are going to learn register and login using Reactjs in the front end, and in the back end we will be using PHP and MySQL. As you know, register and login is very important and very basic requirement of any web application. So in this tutorial I will be step by step showing that how you can add this users or student, whatever you call it, and then how they can log in through user and password. So let's start a new project and follow step by step. So first let's create a new project. cls cd cd Reactjs class, then npx create React app login register, press enter. While this is being installed, let's open Visual Studio Code and then let's open that project here. So click on open folder, then inside my D drive, Reactjs class, this one, and login register, this one. So still it's being downloaded, so it will take time, so let's wait because it's still downloading. Okay, so as you can see now it's installed. So now I'll click on app.js. So we will create three components here. The first one will be login.js, then register.js, and one more we will create header.js. So now let's do one thing. Let's go to Bootstrap cdn, then click on this and then click this. Now let's integrate Bootstrap into our public folder and then click index, and here this one. Okay, apart from that we will also Bootstrap nav, so we will use any of the navigation bar. Let's take right bar where it is. Didn't have, yeah, let's take this one, and in header here we will create host header functional component we are going to create, then return, and then let's paste here navigation. Okay, and export default header, and then here in app.js let's delete this everything here and create one div class container, class name container, and here we will call header. it got called here automatically. So now after header, let's start here. Before that, let's go to register page, login, then register. So cost register, then return, not this, return. So just we will write currently normal div, just we write here register, register, that's it. And here export default register. Same way we will create for login as well. Login page, then here login. First let's create here router, then router close. Let's write here better, router close, and then routes, and here router, and then path equal to slash, that means home page, element equals to home. So let's create one more component called home here. Home.js. So here we will write this home. Let's write here home, and then home. So here will be welcome to home page, and okay, so this one we need to import here, import home from home. Okay, and same way login, and here login component, and register, and we will call this, actually this is not required. Okay, just let's remove this. And login, right? Register, and then register. So that's it. Now let's run the application. So cd npm start. And now we are getting the error router is not defined. Yes, so let's install here npm install react router dom. Sorry. Because if you want to use router, then you need to install this package. Also, we need to call the router here. So let's import here react router, routes, router, and link. Currently we are not using this one, so it's not required. So we are using router and routes, two things. Okay, so so it says route, that means there is spelling mistake. Actually it will be not router, it will be route. So we need to call here as well route, here also to be route. Now it's coming. So initially it is showing home page, but if I write here login, then login page is displaying. If I register page is showing here. So now we will link, let's copy it, and once again let's call here as well for this routing, and link also we will call here. So in home, let's write here link to home class, this one. Delete this, and then here will be a register. Here register. This one is same link which we have written here. Okay, this one, this three routers we have. That is why we are writing here. This is the first, this is register, and third one will be login. Here login. Okay, login. This one we will write later. Welcome, then name later. Okay, so when we click this home, it's coming. So as you can see, our routing is working perfectly. So the next task will be to work on register form. Okay, so let's now start working on this. So we will write here class name, then class name row. Since we are using Bootstrap, that's why. So now div and div, and here class name call md12 text center, and then let's keep it h1 inside this register. Now div what happened? Okay, so we need to put here wrapper class or wrapper div. Let's keep it here. And list paste here. So here we class row then div. Oh my god, div class name call md 6. So we write here first name and then input type text name equals to first name. Okay, so for the time being that's it. Now let's copy it, first name, last name, email, password, and then submit button. So we write here last name and then here last name, email, type here email as well, password, type here password as well. I'm not doing here validation. I have a separate video if you want to learn validation, because our main focus is here to work on register and login. So just let's remove it, 12, and then text center, input type submit, and here name, add submit, and value register. Okay, now let's check into the browser. Okay, so this is our register form. Now let's go to app.css, and here .row padding top 20 px dot main box with 60% width, 60%. So here let's go and in this main box let's write this class name main box. Now let's check it. Yes, so now you can see the width is less, and also if you want to show this in center, then let's write here margin auto. That means it will come to the center of the box. And also let's apply here Bootstrap class name form control, first name, last name, email, password, and button here, class name, button, success. Right, so now it looks like this. Okay, so now let's write the here cost data set data equals to use state here, and inside this we will pass our values. Say first name initial value blank, last name initial value blank, email initial value blank, password initial value blank. And let's create one function inside this. Here cost handle change equals to then e here will be, so here we will write, so inside here we will write set data, this set data, then this data we will pass, so whatever value we will be putting here it will get stored in this one. And now here in each input box we will write on change here handle change like e and e, so it's not required, simply we can write here handle change. Okay, and value will be here equals to data dot first name. So same way we will put in all the fields here. On change this will be last name and email and password here will be so why we are writing this, because let me show you, when you console.log if you write and if you check this data here, then when you type, let me show you right here, Control Shift I, and if you type here you can see the data is passing first name email like this, right? So data is going there and concatenating. Let me show you let's refresh it. A in first name I typed A, and then B, then C, D. So you can see here in this way whatever we are passing it is getting concatenated, that means value is passing here. Okay, so email C, first name A, B, that means whatever value we are passing it is storing here. Okay, and ultimately this value we will pass into our REST API. Okay, and here let's create one form inside this mailbox form, then on submit. So we will create a function here, cost on cost submit form. Here and here you need to write here e.prevent default. Now this is a function, so error function e.prevent default, and here we will write data equals to, we will do destructuring here, so we will write here email data dot email, like first name, actually first name data dot first name. We are storing the value here, which we will pass to first name, last name, data dot last name, email, and then password data dot password. Okay, and this submit form we will call here, and this form should be closed before closing this div. Okay, so now let's check here console.log this data, if the data is passing or not, whatever we are writing here. Okay, so just refresh it, and so first name Umar Rahman, email this, password 12345. Okay, now click on register, assignment to constant variable, type error, register line number 19, where is it, here. Now here we need to write const. Okay, we need to refresh it again. First name, last name, email, password, register. Data before lesson, cannot access data before initialization. Okay, so its name will be different, send data. Its name is send data. So actually this one is here, and inside this we will have to write here axios post, and then here will be URL. So this is my current URL, and then this one we will pass here to our REST API PHP file, which we will discuss later about this. Dot then result in here if status invalid, then it will say invalid user, or else it will send to else. If else, this one here, and this one looks unnecessary. Okay, so that's it. If this is invalid, in that case it will say invalid, or else it will go to dashboard. Okay, so we have two errors. The first one is Axios, which we need to install, and second one is, so here we need to write this. Okay, and simply let's write here history, this, it will navigate there. And the second thing is we need to install Axios. Okay, so we will write here npm install Axios, npm install Axios. This is the library which will help us to send and receive data from REST API. This is a bridge which will work as a communication bridge, actually, not gap. Now let's go here and check. It's loading. In the meantime, I will start my XAMPP control here. So start my this, and I have actually MySql installed. So I'll be using MySql, this one, not XAMPP MySql. In my case, I'm using this. Okay, so now it says use navigation not defined. Okay, you will have to, and also we need to call here Axios, import here, import Axios. So let's import Axios, and here import use navigate from React router DOM. So now the error should go yes. If you click here register, then it comes here. So for REST API, I have used PHP React register login with simple insert. So let me check in my folder. So I guess this is the one, register login PHP simple. Okay, and I'm using this insert. Okay, so actually I have used this in my another. So let me modify this code. This code is especially for course origin problem solution. Okay, and this one, the data, if you send, it comes to JSON format, so it is doing here JSON decode. And here I will change. So in my case, it's first name. Actually I have already this one, so I'll just modify this code. First name, and here first name, password is defined, password, and last name, here last name, and then here last name. One more I need to, let's remove all this thing. So and right here email, $host email, and then email. Okay, and here localhost 3303308. I think this is the port number. I need to check it with other application. 33 Since I'm using this MySQL, that is why the port number is different. Okay, that's why I have to mention here. But in your case, only if you write host, then that's enough. And my username is my admin. But remember, in your case, it will be root. Okay, and password is Angular 13. And database name, let me check if it exists or not. So I need to check here with PHP MyAdmin, localhost, PHP MyAdmin. Okay, it's not right. PHP MySQL simple correct. No, it's different. So let's write here React login. Okay. Then it's the database name React login here, and then table name we will write it as register. Okay, so now change here register first name, last name, email, password, ID. So there will be 5 fields here. Go ID, first name, worker 100, last name, worker 100, email, worker 50, password, worker 50. Now let's save it. Okay, so these are the fields which we require here. So insert into register, then here first name, last name, email, and password. Same will be here also. First name, last name, email, password. Let's delete this last one. And then result, if everything fine, then it will show valid, or else it will show invalid, and it will return the data in JSON format. Okay, so I guess here is some problem. Let me check. Yes, now let's check after inserting. So let's go here, and remember in this example I have not used validation. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, not register. Okay, so it looks like the data is inserted. To check this, let click here, refresh, and yes, you can see the data is inserted here successfully. I don't know how it got installed one time. So guys, you can see the data is successfully inserted. So if you want to check here, if you want to prevent here duplicate entry, in that case you write if first name dollar first name, if dollar first name and dollar last name, dollar email, dollar password. That means there will be no blank entry. Okay, only if the user has filled all the form, only then it will insert. Okay, so let's enter one more from here. Let's click on register and just remove this. Kareem Khan, then Kareem@gmail.com. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Register. Okay. Cost origin policy. Okay, so data didn't insert somehow. So oh, I made a mistake here. And it will be not comma. Right. Now let's check. Yes, it's working perfectly. So it will go to dashboard. Okay. We don't have that route currently. We will do that later. But now we can see here currently the user is getting registered. So guys, in this section, that's it. In the next section we will work on login part. So thank you for watching, and let's continue on login section.